The Indiana Pacers defeated the OKC Thunder 116 to 107. They are now up 2 games to 1 in the NBA Finals. This game was kind of weird in the sense that at times it looked like OKC had control of the game, and then at other times it looked like the Pacers had control of the game. There was a bunch of lead changes in this game, I think several. But I would say OKC, more than anything, I felt choked this game away. They could never really establish full control of the game. Every time they were up by several points, it seemed like they had it in the bag, but they just couldn't keep the lead, and Indiana would come back and take it. But a few things I would say about this game is Indiana overall shot better from the field than OKC did. They shot 51.8% from the field, while OKC shot 46.8%. When you look at the 3-point percentage, OKC shot a lot better. They shot 45.5 from three, while Indiana shot just 33%. So you would think just by them shooting higher from three that they would win this game, but they didn't. One of the things I think that did them in this game was their turnovers. They had 17 turnovers compared to Indiana's 13 turnovers in this game. So that's a difference of four. And I think Indiana scored more points off the turnovers than they did. So that was huge. I would say the biggest thing for Indiana in this game was that they outscored OKC's bench by a huge margin. OKC's bench had a total of 18 points, while Indiana's bench had, let me see, they had 49 points. So they outscored Indiana's bench 49 to 18, which is crazy. I mean, Indiana outscored OKC's bench 49 to 18. That is absurd. That is like a 31-point differential. To me, it was really Indiana's bench that swung this game in OKC's favor. They were huge, especially Benedict Mathurin. He had 27 points on 75% shooting in 22 minutes. This guy was a scoring machine off the bench. McConnell was also huge off the bench. 10 points, 5 assists, and 5 steals. This guy was getting steals like it was out of an NBA 2K video game. A few times he intercepted passes from inbound passes. That to me was crazy. Obi Toppin was also solid off the bench with 8 points, 6 rebounds. And then you had Shefford, who had 4 points. But Indiana's bench killed OKC's bench. That really was a huge part of why they lost this game, I would say for sure. Excuse me. Tyrese Haliburton, he had a great game. 22 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 block, a near triple-double. He shot above 50% from the field. I think this was his best game of the series. It actually was, because the first 2 games he was averaging only 15.5 points per game. So he had a great game. Pascal Siakam had a great game, 21 points, 8 of 14 from the field. So he shot well above 50%, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. What's really interesting when you look at Indiana's starters, only 2 of them scored in double figures. It was Tyrese and Pascal, while OKC starters, 4 out of 5 of them scored in double figures. Normally you win the game in that situation, but like I said, it was Indiana's bench that really killed OKC, that made up for their starters not playing so well outside of Haliburton and Siakam. They were really big. They were huge in this game. Now, when you look at OKC's starters, I would say Chet, I'm going to call him Chet. My nickname for him is Chet. Chet started the game off really strong, but he didn't finish the game strong at all. He shot 6 of 15 from the field, 20 points, but that's not efficient. It's interesting. At the start of the game, he looked really good, and then as the game progressed, he started to suck more on the offensive end, that he just got worse and worse. He started off strong, but finished weak. And I think that was a huge part of why they lost this game. He just didn't play well in the second half of this game. Jalen Williams was the only star that I could say had a great game overall, 9 of 18, 26 points from the field, but he didn't shoot so well from the free throw line. SGA just had an average game. This was average for his standards, if we're being honest. 24 points on 9 of 20 shooting. That's only 45% from the field. He wasn't really efficient in this game. He had 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, but 6 turnovers was killer in this game. I think SGA just has to pick it up the next game. He has to dominate. He has to show people why he's the MVP. He needs to get 30 or more points on above 50% shooting the next game for them to win. I really do believe that. Lou Dort was actually solid in this game. 12 points, 4 or 5 from 3, 4 of 8 overall from the field. He did his part by hitting the threes. Just the rest of the starters, failed. So I would say SGA has to dominate the next game. Chet has to finish stronger. He has to finish the game more stronger if they have any chance of winning. And OKC has to do a better job at playing defense, I would say, overall, because Indiana shot 51% from the field. You're not going to win most of the time when a team shoots above 50. Their defense has to get better. And they got to do a good job of containing Indiana's bench. There's no way they should ever allow Indiana's bench to have 49 points again. They got to do a lot better. They got to hold them to a lower number. And they got to limit the turnovers. So this is another adjustment OKC has to make when they face Indiana in the next game. I think the next game will be very interesting. It'll be competitive again. I do believe OKC will win this game. I don't see them losing the next game. It's a must win. They have to win the game. If they lose the game, they're going to lose the series. If we're being honest, Game 4 is really for a series for both teams. If Indiana wants to win the series, they got to win Game 4. If OKC wants to win the series, they got to win Game 4. I have OKC winning the next game. I think they'll make the adjustments. I think SGA will dominate as the MVP because that's what great players do in these situations. I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be very interesting to see all the adjustments and counters that are made.